Yo, designers. Today we're going to have a look at just creating a basic name tag using Onshape. Hopefully you've had a chance to just look around at some of the buttons and some of the layout. Go to your create and a document. We're going to call this Flynn tag. And we'll set up our basic view and the three axes that you have a look at. So here are your basic views. Now generally I set everything up on just the top view, okay? We start with a sketch and select the top view. That'll come up in the sketch plane box there saying top view, top plane, and then I like using that main top view of it. The other thing you can do is use this cube here to select your view. You can also right click and view normal to sketch plane. That gives you your front face view or your top view down. In here, just basic shapes are up here, so you don't have to use a straight rectangle, but I'm going to be showing you today just using a straight rectangle. Now your units should be in millimeters, and we want to roughly guess and get some scale to our shape. So I want to be somewhere around that 90 mil by 30 mil. If I click there, I can always go in and use the dimension tool, click on that line and tell it exactly what I want. So I want that to be exactly 30 and that one there to be 90. This just gives you your scale that you're looking at. Now we want to put a hole in just there. Wants to be about 5 mil, so I'll get it close, and then the dimension tool. You see how it says D next to it? So if you want to start using shortcuts to get out of the circle tool, press escape, or to get out of any tool, press escape. Now if I press D on the keyboard, it brings up the dimension tool straight away. If you need to zoom in, use your wheel. Have a look up here as well for any errors that come up. So I've got 5, and I also want to set the distance from the middle to there. And I want to set that to 10 mil, just so when I do 3D print it, I know I've got enough space there. At this stage, I can add some text in. And you can change the text font and whether it's bold and that sort of stuff. I'm just going to be writing in Flynn, and I'll make it bold. Press select. Now, zooming out with the wheel, obviously that's too big. So you can drag it in. Well, that actually is moved in. So press Control Z. The other thing that you can do is dimension it and bring it into a dimension that fits the space we've got. So I'll bring it to a 70 dimension. If you've got it at that size and you want to move it up, press escape to get out of dimension, and you can move it to the middle of your shape there. Right click, view normal, and that brings you to a better view of your object. At this stage, those are the only features I'm going to put in there. So I'm done with that sketch. So select check. Now we've got our main sketch. If you want to see it again, just in that isometric view, zooming in using the wheel. Now I'm going to give it some height or extrusion. So go to extrude. The height that I'm going to set it at is a 4 mil extrusion, and see what the default is. It'll give you a preview, and it previews that it's just gone around the Flynn and the hole, and you've just got that there. Now the other thing you can do, if that yellow sketch is in the way, you can hide the sketch so that you don't see that. Don't think it does it in the preview, obviously. Select check, and we can hide the sketch there. Bring it back to your main isometric view. So I'm happy with how that's extruded. The last thing I'm going to do is just put a fillet on the corners. So a few things here that you can change with edges and fillet. Now, Just want to select those edges to get that other back edge. You can zoom around and we've got circular 5mm. So that gives me my curved edges. If I want to have a look at it there, I can see that I've got my main tag. So that's some basics around how to create a sketch. Have a look down here, you can see the things that you've done. So those are the steps you've done. You've created a sketch, you've done an extrusion, and you've done a fillet. If you want to change anything within that, you can always go into the sketch, change that, it'll automatically change the extrusion and the fillet. Hopefully you've picked up a few basic tips and happy designing. Have fun. See ya.